Hi everybody, it's time for the Happy Book number 2, and I want to show you the progress that I've made on my book. Now this is the first composition book that I've made for me, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I'll show you the way I did it. Now, I don't want you to think that you have to have a bunch of expensive, stuff to do this with. You can cut things out of magazines, or I looked at my Lucky Charms cereal box and thought, I could cut stuff out there and put it on there. But I was fortunate enough to have a fully stocked craft room, and I know how fortunate I am. And that made me very happy. That makes me very happy. Thank you, Mr. Smarty Pants.
You're welcome.
So, let me show you what I've done so far. You'll see the book the way it was last week. And I'm not sure how far I got. I guess I should have checked that. Okay, here's the front of the book. I did reinforce it with duct tape here, several layers, because when I used the water to watercolor the pages, it really messed the spine up. So I had to reinforce that. So that's the front cover. Then you saw the start of these pocket pages. And I papered them and glued them down and just put some cards here so you could see where their different pockets were. Is this in frame right here? What's in frame? Is this in frame right here?
You're good.
Okay, so I put my name right here, my real name. I used washi tape here. Washi tape can seal up a bunch of mistakes. Now don't try to use it with just the sticky. Make sure you use the wet glue behind it so it will actually stick. This is a paper clip. Well, it's kind of a paper clip, a clothespin, but I'll show you that in just a minute. This is actually going to be our first prompt. I put that in there, so I'm going to mark where I'm working in my book with this paper clip. Alright, this is another pocket page. We'll go back to the prompt in a minute. Another card. I love this. I don't know what it's called. Early Prostitute 1890. I don't know. I just love it, whatever it is. So there's another pocket page.
Victorian.
Okay, Victorian prostitute. So this page needed a little extra reinforcement, so I had to put another page there. Now, let me show you what I did, and I wish I had done this to start. I did not like that my pages were white, just stark white. So what I finally wound up doing that I liked is I had these bottles, and I'm going to show you my bottles. So I had these bottles, and Smarty Pants went and got me some food coloring. And this worked the best of anything to distress these pages. And what I did, I'm not going to do it right now, but I would just spray like 5 or 6 drops, take this little fan brush, and go like that. That kept the water off the spine right there, and it didn't make it a big mess. Plus, I like the fact you can see on this page it's just barely pink. Let me show you some of the other distress pages. There's some green, blue, some more pink, some yellow. Now, when I did this, of course, this made the paper swell up. I like kind of the effect of that one. I think what I did is had some dribbles there, and then just I took the 2 pages like that and went like that. And then what I did was I took my heat gun. You can take a hair dryer and dry it a little bit. But what it did was wetting all those pages made it swell. So I don't know, because I plan on cutting things out and putting things in here. I may have to wind up tearing some of these pages out of the back. I really don't want to do that. Okay, so then this is the inside back cover. Here's another pocket. And here's the back cover. Now, I may write things on here or do stuff, but one of my first things I'm going to do after I kind of decide what I want to do back here is take some Mod Podge and seal it. Because if this gets wet it's gonna mess it up. So you're gonna want to seal it with Mod Podge or something. The same with this, but I know what I'm gonna do to this cover. So then what I did is I went ahead and I went to the page I wanted to work on. Okay, so I took one of my early Victorian prostitutes and Gibson girl prostitute. So I marked it and all right. So I paper clipped the page that I got it out of. And this says, it's on page 41 for those of you that have the book. What things have you accomplished that prior to finishing you were dreading to the depths of your soul? Going to the dentist after a 3-year hiatus. Reading all 100 books for your master's exam. Here's the spot to list those things. Then cross them off. It's okay that you've already done them. You need to celebrate striking the big things off your to-do list. Consider adding things you still need to do. You can draw inspiration from seeing them next to a list of all the other things you've accomplished. So that's the page we're doing. I didn't actually do the prompt, but what I did was I just did a synopsis of that and wrote it on the card, and then I'm going to write my list around it. And over here, I may put some in here. Right here, you would think with the notebook paper that I could have lined this up. I could have lined it up. I had a line right there I could have lined it up with. But no, it's crooked as heck. So I think this says, this drives me nuts that this isn't straight, or something to that effect. But it is what it is. I'm going to leave it. It's frustrating to me, but I'm going to leave it. We're just going to work with it. We're not going to tear things out just because they're not straight or they're not perfect. And for perfectionists like me, this is an exercise in also trying to learn to live with some imperfection. So you can really see the pink on that page. So I'm hoping that you all will do this with me. Don't get intimidated. You can just do yours in a composition book. I'm working on my website, and I figured out how to put the stuff I've made into my store on my website. That's the next thing I've got to do. But I'm also going to have a happy book page on my website, and I would love if you would share. Just send me a picture. You can email it to me. Just send me a picture so I can put, it doesn't have to have your name on it, but I would love to put your pages on my website under the happy book. I'm also setting up a page on there for coloring books. You can see on the page, the landing page, you can see my 4 pictures of my little witches that I did. They are darling, but they're on my front page right now. But I'm gonna put all my coloring pages. I'm gonna have them all now on the coloring book pages. So if you've got any coloring book pages that you've done, please send me a picture of them so I can put them on the website. This is the prompt that we're going to be working on for this week. So if you get yours done, please send me a picture. You can send it to me on Facebook, Matronista on Facebook. You can email it to me, matronista@gmail. Just please, I really would like to see your pictures, and I would really like to put them up on my site. But, you know, we don't have to put your name if you don't want me to put your name. But please do that for me. I would really appreciate that a lot. I've decided finally what I'm going to call you guys. You guys are now going to be called my bells. So, you are now my bells. So, bells, thank you for sticking with me and for hanging with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I would really also appreciate it if you would subscribe, and if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just keep it moving. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.
The more we get together.